My name is Sam Ross, founder and CEO of Claim Climbers. Welcome to episode 2 of our VA disability series. If you watched our last video, you know that claims rely on proving 3 key things: a current diagnosis, an in-service event, and a nexus, the medical connection between the two. But what if the VA already assumes your condition is connected to your service? What's next? Well, that's where presumptive conditions do come in. In this episode, we're going to break down what they are, who qualifies, and how they can make your claim way easier to win. Now let's start with one of the most well-known, Agent Orange exposure. If you served in Vietnam between January 9th of 1962 and May 7th of 1975, on the grounds, in inland waterways, or even just offshore as part of the Blue Water Navy, the VA presumes you were exposed to Agent Orange. Now, the same goes for veterans who served in certain areas of Thailand during that same time period. Make sure to pay attention to the years, especially near air bases where herbicides were used to clear vegetation. If you meet these criteria, you do not have to prove how you were exposed, just that you were there, which means it will be on your DD-214. The VA already connects that service to a list of serious health issues, including diabetes type 2, Parkinson's disease, ischemic heart disease, and multiple types of cancers, such as chronic B-cell leukemia, and many more. You can find the full list on the VA website, but if you've got one of those conditions and served in a qualifying location, you're eligible for a presumptive service connection. To file, all you need is your DD-214 or service records showing you were there, a diagnosis of a listed condition, medical evidence that you're still affected. Next, let's talk about Gulf War syndrome and burn pit exposure. If you served in Southwest Asia or Afghanistan after August 2nd, 1990, you may qualify for presumptive conditions related to toxic exposures. Now, I understand that Agent Orange is there, but this does include service in Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, the UAE, and certain parts of Turkey. The VA recognizes many Gulf War related conditions, including undiagnosed illnesses such as a MUCME, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, and a wide range of respiratory disorders. For burn pits, now you have the PACT Act. The PACT Act expanded coverage significantly. If you were stationed near a burn pit site and you now suffer from asthma, sinusitis, or bronchitis, or even certain cancers, you may not need to prove a direct link. Just like Agent Orange, to support your claim, you can also register with a burn pit registry through the VA, which helps document your exposure and strengthens your case. Even if you're not sick right now, getting on that registry is incredibly smart because it will protect you in case symptoms do appear later, and these can take years. Then there's radiation exposure in atomic veterans. If you were part of a nuclear weapons test, served in Hiroshima or Nagasaki shortly after the bombings, or were exposed to radioactive materials through certain military assignments, you might be eligible for presumptive service connection. The VA presumes connection for various cancers and illnesses, including the following for radiation: leukemia, thyroid cancer, breast cancer, multiple myeloma, and more. Now, to qualify, you'll need to prove you were in a known radiation exposure group. You must have one of the recognized conditions. Otherwise, it is considered a MUCME. In many cases, the VA already has location and exposure lists to confirm your eligibility. Lastly, let's cover prisoners of war, or POWs for short. If you were held as a POW for 30 days or more, you are eligible for automatic presumptive conditions. If you later develop any of the following conditions: PTSD, anxiety or depressive disorders, osteoporosis, peripheral neuropathy, chronic dysentery, and several other serious conditions. These are just another way the VA has expanded their care for all veterans. These veterans are some of the most vulnerable, and the VA has recognized that their unique experience often leads to long-term health issues. Documentation confirming your POW status and a diagnosis is typically all you need. So, let's recap. If you served in location or role with known exposure risks like Vietnam, Iraq, or a nuclear test site, you may be eligible for presumptive service connection. That means you don't have to prove the how, just that you were there, and that you now have a qualifying condition. This simplifies the process and removes one of the biggest hurdles veterans usually face. Presumptive claims are powerful, but they still require the right documents and a clean application. If you're not sure whether your service qualifies, we can help you find out. Remember, if we can't help you through the record review, we refund the money back. In the next episode, we'll show you exactly how to file for disability, step by step, and the most common mistakes to avoid along the way. Thanks for watching. We're to help you cut through the red tape and get what you've earned. I'll see you in episode 3.